If you want Nigeria to better, we don't tire for stories to be. Not the only solution. Not the man ways.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Njenje Media TV. My name is Mezoke. This evening, I welcome you to this scheduled conversation with organizers of the Peter Obi 1 Million March. It is a one-on-one conversation, as many of you who follow me on this platform know. I do have one-on-one conversations with opinion holders, policymakers, and people that matter within the society, and anyone who has anything to say or offer. But this evening, it is going to be a one-on-one conversation with a lot of people. I have here with me in the studio Engineer Celestine Azike, who is representing Peter Obi ambassadors. And we have Dr. Mrs. Deka Ezadeli, who is representing Peter Obi national mandate. Mr. Ifale Vincent, who is representing the Take Back Nigeria, the TBN. Also, High Chief Victor, who is representing Peter Obi movement for president. Mr. Madabuchi Grant is representing Peter Obi candidacy movement, and Dr. Ba Kuje is representing Yes Peter Obi support group. Mrs. Ebere Obiesia is representing the Women for Peter Obi, and Mr. Zubeiru Mohammed is representing Like Minds for Peter Obi. Mr. King and Nigeria Needs Peter Obi, and Mr. Malta Topsy Abubakar Peter Obi Support Network, the POSN. Dr. Donald Obaseki is representing NDPO USA, Nigerian Diaspora for Peter Obi. The last but not the least is Mr. Pascal Azik APO, that is associates of Peter Obi. Now, I have all these wonderful men and ladies in the house this evening. This conversation is going to center around why are they doing this? 1 million man march. I recall that the last time I had something so strong was when, many of you who are old enough to recall the Abacha 1 million man march, and subsequently other such marches that people have really taken on here. And this is coming in at a time that a lot is happening within the polity in Nigeria. Now, before I spill the bean, let me use the let me invite those behind this to speak to us then about what they are planning to do on Saturday. And this event, I am told, is going to be on Saturday, the 21st of May 2020, and that's going to be a national event. Now, I invite those that are organizing this in the studio once more, as I've said, without no other. I'm going to be asking Dr. Engineer Celestine Azike to speak to us. Dr. Azike, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there very much around. Please, I am an engineer.
Can you tell us the group you are representing?
I am one small bit of correction. I'm not a doctor. I'm an. Are you hearing me?
Then sorry about that.
Hello.
Engineer Celestine Azike, sorry about that. Can
Okay.
you tell us the group you're representing?
Okay. I'm representing P2B ambassadors. So in P2B ambassador, we have identified a man that have almost all it takes to take us out of this mess. We know his capacity, we know his capability. Even though in this country, you know, when you don't blow your nose, nobody will blow it for you. On this note, we at P2V ambassadors, we have agreed to live this life of this man. We cascade this kind of personality to every nook and crannies. About this march we are doing, it's just for us to make a statement that we have this man that is a living saint, if I must use that word. Was the governor of Anambra State for 8 years, and the records were there. How else can we product other than to let the people to know?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me take another person here. I obviously, if you're not speaking, may you kindly mute yourself, please. If you are not speaking, may you kindly mute yourself. Okay. Now, let me bring in Ifeayimo Vincent here. Ifeayimo Vincent, I understand you are from the Take Back Niger movement.
Yes, you're correct, sir.
Okay. Now, were you involved, or what got the Take Back Niger to be part of these march?
Okay. Well, the Take Back Niger movement is a movement that's born out of the need, to make sure that we entrench credible leadership in the country. So, and in the movement, we identified out of the candidates that have declared their interest, that the man that has not just only the track record that speaks for him, but also the character and much more. His plans is the most impressive, and that's most convincing, and the one that we believe that will take back Nigeria, from these shackles that we have. And that's why we have thrown our support behind him, and we have been supporting him right from his declaration, and we have been supporting him in various ways. We have media platforms where we generate content, and then we have a PR platforms where we shape discussions also about his candidacy. So but the major issue is that Peter Obi is a very, very credible candidate, and we believe that as a group which are composed majorly, I would say majorly, of young people, we believe that this is a man that can guarantee us our future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me bring in a woman here, who is representing Women for Peter Obi. What chosen to be gender specific in terms of your Peter Obi?
Okay. Well, thank you, Mazi Ezeoke, for having me on your show. My name is Ms. Bere Biesie, representing the Women for Peter Obi. Women for Peter Obi is actually not what we represent per se. We have an NGO. So Women for Peter Obi falls on one of our 5 vehicles that we are running with, which is good governance. And every one of us, we know that the next election in 2023 is something that.
Oh, I think the connection there booted out. And again, Zubairu, are you there? Can you hear me loud and clear? No, Zuberu, you are muted. Can you quickly unmute this? Now you can go ahead. Zuberu, you can go ahead.
Yes.
Okay, Zuberu, you may log off and log in and log back in again. Let me hear myself. Now, you've been very visible when the issue of P2B presidency so far. What is your view, and why did you agree to join this movement, and what do you intend to achieve with this?
Okay, thank you so much, Mazizoke, for having us, and we consider this a great privilege. We also consider our ability to be able to volunteer for different organizations also a great privilege. So I am the Director of Strategy and Communications for P2B Support Network. And then we came together to form a coalition. All the P2B support groups came together to form a coalition so that we can push for the man in whom we believe in. And the coalition is called the Coalition for Peter Obi. And I'm currently the chairman of that coalition. Now, why did we get into this? And I need Nigerians to pay close attention. In 2015, I was in my mid to late 30s. And then we had a president that served 8 years. That shot me into early 40s. Okay. Now, if another president comes in, it's most likely he's going to do another 8 years. And that will probably shoot me into late 40s into early 50s. Okay, that's 8 years. If another president comes in again, he's going to shoot me into my mid or late 60s. So what are we saying? It is our lives and our time that is being wasted if we do not get the right person in power. And what we have done this time around, and we have virtually all the youth in Nigeria has risen up, and they say we cannot afford for our life to be wasted the way it's been wasted. So what we have done was to scan all the candidates that presented themselves for the position of the president. And we have done a clear analysis. And we say, look, if you listen to the United States of America motto, he said, in God we trust. So it is only God that we trust. Every other person must show proof. For the past 60 years of Nigerian life, all what we've been hearing is that this, I will do this, I will do this, I will. And we say enough. We don't want to hear I will. Tell us what you have done. And the only candidates that have consistently put in front of Nigerians what he has done is P2B, nobody else. And that is the reason millions of Nigerians, both in Nigeria and in diaspora, I can 100% tell you that, are rooting for P2B. So why are we organizing the 1 million man march? The 1 million man march is to send a statement to PDP, because P2B has to first scale the hurdle of the primaries before he can come on the ballot box. We are now sending a message to PDP that PDP, please don't waste our life for us. I can't even afford another wasted 8 years. The countries that have developed, that are living a good life, is not ghosts that is leading them. They are not ghosts, they are not superhumans. They are human beings like us. And in Nigeria, we have the requisite skills in Nigeria. We have the people that can make this happen. And what we are saying is that we can no longer sit back and watch. We can no longer sit back and watch for someone to come tell us stories, get into government, and then turn the national purse to a private purse. The money that was supposed to be used to develop the country and create jobs for millions of Nigerians that are living this country daily, we can no longer watch. And Nigerians have now stood up to say that the PDP must give us P2B if they want the presidency. It's a very simple statement. And we are making that statement on the 21st of May, on Saturday. PDP is having their event. We are not disrupting their event. We are not coming to make trouble with anybody. We are very peaceful. We are a role model. We are taking after the lives and times of P2B. So we are telling PDP, give us P2B. That's the statement. Very simple. I cannot allow another 8 years of my life to be wasted. Do you know what 8 years means? It means I'll probably be in my...
Are you sorry, sorry, hold on here. Virtue of the statement you made
Yes,
that
I can hear you,
PDP must give you P2B. Are you threatening PDP? If PDP does P2B, and so what?
What we are doing is an appeal to the delegates, because I have just told you that 8 years of my life has been wasted, and I cannot afford another 8 years to be wasted. And the same thing will happen to the delegates. They should look at their age. How old are they in 2015? And how old are they now? And how old they will be after 8 years? And tell me that the things they can do in 2015, whether they can do it 16 years after. So it is our lives. So we are begging the delegate. It's a beg. When we are coming out to march, we are coming to kneel down and beg the delegates that please, for your own future, for the future of our children, for the future of the country, give us somebody that has a proven track record. No stories. We are tired of testing. We are not experimenting here. If anybody wants to experiment, the person should go and contest for councillorship position. Experiment. The person should go and contest for local government position. Experiment. The person should go and contest for governor. Experiment. We do not want experiment in Aso Rock. We don't want. So we want a trusted and tested person. And that is what we're saying. See, it doesn't matter where this person comes from. But going forward, we will need to look at exactly what you have done with what was given to you. And that was why we are standing behind P2B, because he's the only candidate, quote me wrong, he's the only candidate that is putting to Nigerians what he has done.
So thank you. Once more, Subairu can hear me. Subairu Mohammed, can you hear me? Subairu, I see that you can hear me, but it appears we cannot hear you. Can you check with your mic? Something must be wrong there. Okay, so let me get this time around. Let me go to the and get a lady here. We have in our midst Dr. Dek Ezadli. Dek, hear me? Dr. Decker, can you hear me? You are not audible, please. Dr. Decker, you are not audible. Can you please remove your so that we can see if we can hear you, please?
Waiting for the conference host to join.
Can you now try to speak, Doctor? Okay, it appears that Dr. Dexter is struggling with audio device there. Now I would go back and see if I can get okay. Have you removed your can you try to speak? Now, Dr. Pat Efule, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead. Now, what group are you representing, and why do you think there is need for this 1 million mark?
Wonderful question. I represent Nigerian diasporas for P2B and here in USA. And I think this 1 million march is very critical because at this point, we need to show the political leaders, the delegates, that we are serious this time. We don't want to make the mistake of waiting for campaign and they themselves make the mistake of presenting someone else. So this is our way of saying we mean business. When we say give us P2B, Because of what has already been outlined, we are dead serious. This is our last-ditch effort to get on our knees, like our chairman said, and say, please, for your own sake, for the sake of your children and your children's children, for all our sake, for the first time in history, let us do the right thing. Let us choose somebody. Let us have, this time around, get a president who will have the interest of Nigeria and Nigerians at heart and work towards that. Nigeria has the potential to be a world power, and we can never get there with the business, with the status quo, with all that we have been experiencing in the past. Now we have a chance. Peter Obi is like an answered prayer. Finally, God has given us. This young man does not have to do this, but he picked up the courage and presented himself and said, okay, I'm willing to do this for he has done it for Anambra State. Now he wants to do it for the country. We will not be remiss if we don't give him the chance. So we are saying to the delegates and all the political leaders, please, please, and please give us Peter Obi. The entire country is asking for Peter Obi. Give us Peter Obi. If they give you money, take it. The money bags, if they give you money, take it. But we want Peter Obi. Vote your conscience. That's all we're saying.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I can see that we've been joined by Sister Lillian Bosco. Now, Sister Lillian Bosco, if you can hear me, may I ask which group are you representing?
I'm representing Enugu.
You're representing Enugu.
So
okay.
Yes, Peter Obi. Yeah. Yes, Peter Obi.
Yes, Peter Obi. So are you going to be joining the protest, or rather the march? Let's not call it protest, on Saturday.
I think so. No. I may not be able to do that because I'll be writing exams on Saturday. So I may not join. But after the exam, which will start from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., I may join. If they are still within my reach, I will join.
Okay, thank you very much. So let me bring back Dr. Decker there. Dr. Decker, you're back now. Can you hear me now? Dr. Decker, for some reason, your internet keeps breaking up there. Now, Zubairu Mohammed. Zubairu.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, Zubairu, we can now hear you loud and clear. Zubairu,
very well.
Let me start with you.
Yes.
Can you tell us the group you are representing, and why do you think that the march for Saturday is the best way to go?
Yes, I'm representing Likes Minds for Peter Obi. And before I talk about the 1 million man march, let me say this. We understand the situation of Nigeria. And in summary, we have tested the North, the South, Southwest. It is time to test Southeast. And
sorry if I may butt in here.
We all believe.
Sorry if I may butt in here. When you talk about testing them, it appears, sounds as if you're clamoring for a testing of a goosey of some sort. Political.
No.
Is a political. Where lies competence here? Is it? Are you an advocate of?
I'm an advocate of Southeastern president.
Okay.
Yes. For justice, equity, and fairness, it is time we allow Igbo man to be Nigerian's president. We are quick to use the acronym Wazobia. To me, Wa in Yoruba means come. Zo in Hausa means come. Bia in Igbo means come. Wazobia.
Okay.
We have Wa. That is one. As long if you believe in God, you can't believe in God and not subscribe to justice, equity, and fairness. If you are a Muslim or a Christian, the basic means to take you to God is when you believe in fairness, justice, and equity. So it is time for a president. That is the reason why we are with the best man in the Southeast, His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi. That is the reason why we are with him. That is the reason why we are going to go with him all the way. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Zubero. So now, when did you, Zubero, if you can hear me here, when did you join your group?
Hello? Give and take.
Oh, okay. So
yes.
Again, what do you intend? My last question to you here will be: intend to achieve by this March Saturday?
Very well. As we know, very well. As we know, His Excellency has gone around the 35 states, excluding what's it called, Adamawa State. 35 states plus FCT. He has gone around soliciting for votes from delegates. So we are going to add value to the consultation by coming out on Saturday in form of 1 million man march to make a statement. One is to tell the delegates that the supporters of Mr. Peter Obi are everywhere. They are even in their houses. We are in their polling booths. We are in their wards. We are in their local governments. We are in their states. We are all over Nigeria. That is the essence, that we are everywhere. Secondly, is to tell Nigerians that it is time to change the narratives. It is time to change the situation. When you're not comfortable with any situation, the best thing for you is to find a way to change it. So we are going to send a message to Nigerians, not just the delegates, that we are ready to change the situation. And the first thing first is to push for the election of His Excellency to be the flag bearer of PDP. We are also going to use the 1 million man march to send signal to PDP that it is time for them to get it right. It is time for them to take the most qualified candidate to represent them. And as we know from our heart of our hearts, you know, I know, we know, those with healthy conscience know that Mr. Peter Obi is the most qualified. If you say you can do this, you can do that, you can do this, show us the results. Show us your antecedents. Show us your track records. I don't need to talk about to dignify him. He is everywhere. It is known to even those who does not like him. Judging by his antecedents, track records. He was the governor of Anambra State for 8 years. We all can testify. Those who want to be sincere can testify to the fact that he has done well. And if he can replicate that in Nigeria, we are not going to be where we are now.
Okay.
Basically, we want to send signal by 1 million man march to PDP that they should not make mistake.
Okay, thank you
They
very
should go
much.
for competence. Yes, yes.
Thank you very much.
Basically, that's the essence of the 1 million man march. Basically,
you're sending a clear signal to the PDP. Now, let me
Very well.
try once more if I can get Dr. Decker there. Dr. Decker, are you able to speak now? Let's try if your audio is back now. No luck. Dr. Decker there, we can't hear you, you know, for whatever reason. You may again, if you don't mind, you may again go out and come in. I don't know why we cannot hear you. And let me bring in back Engineer Celestin Azike. He was trying to say something before. Now, if you remind us which group you are representing, and again, Azike, I ask you, why is your group part of this 1 million march? Azike, are you there?
Okay, thank you very much, Mazi Ezoke, for this opportunity. I remain representative of P2B ambassadors. If I go back memory lane, we supported Atiku Obi ticket in 2019. The result was clear to us, even though they were not announced the winner. This time around, judging by the fact that there is federal character in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we know very well that is the only way we can enthrone this federal character is by supporting a Southern for peace, equity, and fairness. Not only that, judging by P2B's antecedents, you agree with me, there is no other that has shown us this kind of strength of character, competence, discipline. He said it clearly. In fact, he has re-engineered the political terrain of this country. It's no longer people chewing sugarcane, frying akara, this and that. He put it to the table. We are talking on issues. We are talking of issue of education. He said he will invest. My priority is invest in education, invest in education, invest in education. He has the records. He was in Berekete. He said that Nigerians, the whole world, in the next 10 years, will be in so much need of medical personnel to the tune of 10 million. And all countries are trying to make sure that they meet this demand. Can imagine our own at home. Good number of people of P2V ambassadors are lecturers. They are lecturers. They are academics. They are at home. I would say that we used to be the so-called middle class. A professor in Nigeria now earns about 500,000 naira. In 2015, 500 to 600,000. In 2015, that amounts to about $4,000. How much is it now? Going by the current exchange rate. Do we want to continue like this? The answer is no. We must come out. If you lose it today, we have lost it. There is no more middle class any longer. Before you know it, the big men will also suffer it. What I'm saying to my colleagues and every Nigeria is to come out, to identify with this man that has come to state it clearly. I can do it. This is how I'm going to do it. Let us join this man. Let's leave sentiments and join hands to build a nation. In Anambra State, he set the records. If you go to Anambra State, we are no more hearing from the manifestos that are going to pay salaries. We are no longer talking of salaries. Year after year, they are progressing. A few weeks ago, the current governor of Anambra State clearly stated that he built the airport from the savings made from P2B. He built this airport within a space of 18 months. How many of Nigerian governors can meet that feat now? It's because of what Obi has done. Go to Anambra State today. There are records in post-primary schools. The records he has kept in post-primary schools, external exams is there. International competitions is there. Why can't we call this man to transform our educational system so that we know what our children are doing? Believe me, is a vote for development, is a vote for national integration, is a vote for peace and tranquility. I am looking at where all tribes may differ, but in brotherhood we stand. That is what we stand on P2B ambassadors. Thank you very much for now.
Thank you very much. Thank you. A wonderful and eloquent speech. And obviously, you are someone who is on the march. Now, let's quickly, before we go on, let's quickly play some clip here that we've gotten here, and some of them is some of this for the 1 million man march. And it's funny enough, I'm already saying, why is it a march? Where are the women? So I think probably that's on a light. I think when 1 million man march is said, man in this case, it's both male, it's both gender, but that is while we do that, let me try once more. If we can have, I think this is for the third time, Dr. Decker, you're back again. Are you able to, can you try it once more? Dr. Decker, can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me, and I can see you now have your earpiece. I wish I can hear that which honestly, I want to hear your intervention on the matter that we are speaking about now. For some reason, I'm unable to hear, we are unable to hear why. But if you may check your setting, ensure that Okay. If it if you may check your setting once more, ensure that your audio is you've chosen the right output for your audio. Okay, once more. Let me go back to, let's stay within women here. OBS there are those that argue that this 1 million march for Peter Obi, market women, quote unquote, that they are not involved. Are market women involved? I'm not saying because you're a woman that you are now in the market, but what are you people have done to get the market?
Okay, thank you for having me back. Yes, market women are involved because we are not just in the cities, we are with an organization that is spread to the grassroots. So we have our women go up to the markets area. We have leaders in such places, and we've been talking to them. They are going to march on Saturday, hopefully, because they are also tired of the situation in the country. You go to the market. I was talking before we got disconnected. I don't think people were hearing me. The market people are complaining of this, deflation in the country. You as a woman, you go to the market today, you buy things. You're going back tomorrow, it's not the same price again. So these are some of the reasons that women want to come out and say, look, we want a man that can come and change and bring stability into the economy, because we know that Peter Obi is an economist. And he's a businessman. He knows how to, how demand and supply works. He knows how foreign exchange works. So, and he has demonstrated this in some of the places he has worked. He has worked in the bank. He did that also in Anambra State. So the women are going to be coming out from everywhere to join us. We have made arrangements to bring our women from everywhere to join in this march, because the demand is for P2P and for PDP delegates to say, look, listen to what the people are saying. For once, listen to us. And we are also asking these women, talk to your husband, because these delegates, they are also, they are people with wives, they are people with sisters. So they will have to talk to their husband, they have to talk to their brothers and say, this is what we want. We are tired of this situation we have found ourselves in. Let's bring a man who understands the economy and can change things. In the next 8 years, if we bring in Obi, we know that the economy is going to stabilize. We know that when we give us money in the women are giving allowances to go to shop. You're going to the market with 5,000, 10,000, and you're sure of what you're going to get. It's not like you go to the market, some women are actually practically quarreling with themselves. So these are some of the things we want to change. And women are out. I can assure you that women are all out. We are speaking to them. We are going to women leaders in our communities. We are going to women leaders in our groups, various groups. So we have established our base across the states and up to the grassroots. So we have women spread all over the country. In the southeast, they're there. In the north, they're there. We have women in Plateau. We have women in Benue. We have women all over the place. They are eager to come out to march peacefully, saying one thing: we want P2B because he's the best, and he's the one that can do the magic for us, because he understands the model of economy, and he understands, he's also not just understanding the economy, he has also the emotional intelligence to handle everybody. He's a peaceful man. You see a lot of peace around him. P2B is a man who also wants security of children. Look at how people are losing their children here and there, like never before. We don't want this to continue, because it's a painful thing, a painful process women go through in having children. You get pregnant, you carry your pregnancy out for 9 months, you give birth to that baby, and take all the time to nurture this child to grow up, only for that child to die just carelessly in the hands of one bandit, in the hands of one terrorist, in the hands of all kinds of things. But you see, P2B left he left, the traces, the marks. He left example. His own leadership is by example. We saw what he did with insecurity in Anambra. Who doesn't know that? At the time P2B was there, Anambra was a no-go area. People cannot go, sleep and close with their two eyes closed. When P2B came in, and he brought insecurity. He nipped it in the bud. People who weren't returning home, they are going home. But today, can we go back to the Southeast? We see how the situation is. So the best candidate for this job, because Nigeria has gone bad, and if we don't get it right now, I don't know what will happen to us if we make another mistake of 8 years. So women, they are sending out a loud message. Please, delegates, PDP delegates, give us P2B. Listen to what we are telling you as sisters, as wives, as your mothers. Please give us P2B, and then we'll be happy. If you don't give us, we'll not be happy with you.
Now you talked about women maybe not being happy with their husbands and their partners. Are there any plans? Are there things men add pressure to the men to agree to do the needful?
Well, the way God created women, we have that soft power. And I know that if we can use it to, get our husbands to do things, to do stuff, we can also use that soft power to talk to them, the delegates. And I'm sure that women are doing that because we've spoken to some of them. They are going to do that. So we will use our soft power not to impose on the men, because we still respect the place of a man, So we talk to them in a way and appeal to their consciences to see that they do the right thing.
Okay, so thank you very much for that. Then let me, we will be rounding off. Before we do, I would want to get every member of each group, to have the privilege. Actually, there are now we have. Before we do that, we now have Dr. Udo, and we also have Grant Madabuchi. Now, Dr. Udo and Grant, let me first have Dr. Udo. Dr. Udo, are you there? Can you hear us? Dr. Udo, are you there? Dr. Udo, are you there? Okay, obviously he can't. Madabuchi, can you go ahead?
Can you hear me?
Okay, hold on. We can hear you now. Go ahead. So which group are you representing and where are you dialing in from?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm sorry, I'm having some problems with my audio right here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Okay, Grant, can you please go ahead, Grant? Grant, kindly unmute yourself, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Madabuchi Grant, and I represent the P2B candidacy movement. I would want to tell you categorically that on our end, we represent the youth wing of this movement, in the sense that we are here to make a very clear statement and then an appeal to PDP on this with this match. And we got involved in this because like the first speaker rightly stated, our lives are being wasted. Our mothers daily look up to us to come home with take good care of them and all that. But where are the jobs? There are no jobs, nothing at all to even look at and say, okay, this is the reason why we're here. You wake up every day, there's nothing to look up to. You don't even know where your next meal is going to come from. And then you have parents to look after, you have dependents, and all this are all affected by the poor economic decisions of the present admin. And honestly, there has to be something, something has to be done about this. And that's why we engaged and then got involved in the 1 million march.
Okay, thank you very much. So now, being engaged in the 1 million march, what is it that you what is it that you want to achieve by that march itself?
Okay, it's first an appeal to PDP. And on the other hand, we're giving them our word that if they are able to give us P2B as the presidential candidate of the PDP, it is very clear that the present administration has failed us. If they'll give P2B to us, that we would go to the nook and cranny of this country to ensure that all the votes they require to make P2B the presidential winner of the presidential election, we will ensure that. We're going to work hard. We're already doing that with our personal resources. We've not sought funds from anyone. We are self-funded. And we've gone to the several meetings we attended within this period. You will be amazed. We've met with youth leaders, several people, to ensure that when these elections eventually come, we will work hard to ensure that P2B wins. And we're only begging them with this march to say, give us P2B and we'll deliver P2B to you. The masses want him. The youth want him. We all want P2B. And that's all we want to achieve through this march. We're telling them, give us P2B and go to sleep. We will defeat any other party that comes up. This is a candidate that has credibility, has proven that beyond reasonable doubt, that is also capable. So what else do we need? We need a man like this. And we're telling them, give us P2B and go to sleep. We will do the rest. Because we're not just youths who do not have the necessary what do I call it? What it takes to put them there. We're raising people and we're going about sensitizing people to get their PVCs. And we call these PVCs weapon of mass destruction. So we're saying, go to sleep, and we will use this weapon of mass destruction to demolish any other party that is there to be a stumbling stone to P2B, who we see as the man to deliver us from all these problems that we're faced with.
Okay, thank you very much. Then now, can I, may I have Dr. Udo once more? Are you there? Can you hear me? Dr. Udo, are you there? Can you hear me? For some reason, you still have issues with your audio. So now what I will do is we'll be rounding up, but to use at least each speaker 2 minutes of your time now, and pass your message to Nigerians, what you want them to do with you on Saturday as you plan to march. Then I bring in Marcel Ngobohe here. That is a P2B Support Network. Marcel, I'll start with you. What is it that you are calling on Nigerians to do on Saturday with you? Okay,
Mazi, as the chairman of the coalition, we have clear facts in our hands. The 2019 election with the sitting president, Buhari, and Atiku B candidate, the margin is just 3.9 million. And as at then, you have a sitting president, and as at then, the clamor wasn't this strong for P2B. It doesn't, as we don't have this kind of movement for P2B, as in the clamor. Now, the margin is 3.9 million, and we know all the shenanigans that happened with that election. Now we're looking at 2023, and we're telling PDP that that same man that helped you cleared all the votes in the South, it was a P2B on that ballot box as a vice president candidate that gave all the votes in the South with a cleanup in the North. Now, Nigeria has become wiser because 2015, 2019, and we have seen what had happened between 2019 and this very moment. Things have become so worse. So even those people that believe so much in the current administration have come back to dissociate themselves from it. So a lot of Nigerians have realized that it is not all about it is not all about ethnicity or religion or whatever. It's about who will secure our future and give us a better country. Now, P2B is a standing 11 million votes. If you go from statistics that we have on ground, it is a standing 11 million votes. And we're telling PDP.
How do you come about the 11 million votes?
Look at the 2019 election. The figures are there. Just look at the 2019 election. The difference between a Buhari Osibanjo and an Atiku Obi is 3.9 million. So an Atiku Obi got a 11.2 million votes. Okay, so we know that the majority of the North then were rooting for APC. And if you look at the map, the comparative analysis of that map, the majority of the North went to APC. The majority of the South came to PDP. And that's because the PDP should know that they have loyalists in the South that since 1999 had become very loyal, and that loyalty base is growing. And that growth is moving into the middle belt and up north. So PDP should understand that now it is the personality they present that matters this time around. As we speak, there's no candidate that can come and say, this is what I have done. No candidate. Now, if PDP, again, we are pleading with them to say, delegates, give us P2B and get a standing 11 million votes. Now, if PDP does not give us P2B, let me tell you one thing that is certain that this coalition will do. We will pressure him to find a way to be on the ballot, and we will swing to any place he lives, he moves. If PDP does not give him that ticket, we will pressure P2B to be on the ballot, and we will move our resources. We will move those numbers to any party or any coalition of party that decides to present him. But we are giving PDP P2B on a platter of gold. If PDP wants to come back to power, we are giving them P2B on a platter of gold, and we're saying, give us this candidate, we will work for him free, nationwide. You don't even need to pay us. You don't need to pay for people that will stand in your polling booth. We will deploy technology, we will monitor the votes, we will canvass, we'll go door to door. Nigerians have to understand that their lives can no longer be wasted. For those that are alive, think of 8 more years of this kind of trouble. We need to get out of this. So PDP, please, we are pleading with you. A standing 11 million votes and a mass movement of people that are ready to work for you for free. If you allow P2B to move to another party, we will follow him. And that's the point. Let that be clear. We will follow him.
Let that be clear. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, there is a video that, we've seen, and this video speaks to the issue of the moment. Let's quickly listen to this video.
Al'ummar gida, al'umma jihar Zamfara da kewaye muna muku barka da wannan lokaci. Sunana Mustapha Umar Ladan, wanda aka fi sani da Mr. Lecturer. Kamar yadda kuka sani, yanzu kwanan nan shirye-shiryen da muke ta yi shine mu ga mun yi tattaki na mutum miliyan 1 akalla, kuma in Allah ubangiji ya yarda zamu yi. A wannan tattaki ba na kowa bane, na babban jagora ne, na babban shugaba ne, wanda dukkanin mu ina ganin mun aminta da shi cewa zai iya jan ragamar shugabancin wannan kasa, wato ba kowa ba mai girma Peter Obi. Da wannan nake kira daga daukacin al'ummar jihar Zamfara da mu daure mu fito kwanmu da kwarkwatan mu domin mu ga mun yi wannan tattaki tare. Muna nan muna tsare-tsare, muna shirye-shirye, da zarar lokaci yayi za mu sanar da ku. Assalamu alaikum, mun gode.
So you've heard that. That is Marcel. Would you care to do a brief translation, if you may?
That's one of our coordinators in Zamfara, and we have a lot of our foot soldiers in the north. Think of any state in the north. We have, see, the youth, and again, remember, I told you from the beginning, it's just the realization of the fact that people of a particular age group are suddenly getting old in a country that has never been nice and has never been good to them. And the only problem is leadership. The only difference between Nigeria and any other developed country is governance, is leadership. And we are saying across board, both north, east, west, south, all the youths and the elderly have come to realize that tribalism, religion that they used to divide us does not count. A northern president does not guarantee you security. A northern president does not guarantee you jobs. A northern president does not guarantee you anything. He just guarantees his pocket, him and his allies. So also some southern presidents, they do not guarantee you anything. They have been governors, they have been local government, they've gone to the Senate several times, they have been vice president, nothing. They don't guarantee you anything. And for once, we've seen someone that we can look back and say, this guy left 75 billion back. Do you know what it is when a governor is leaving? He leaves back 75 billion cash, the money he can move away and clean up, which is what most governors did in their states. And it is that same money they are now using to vie for political posts so that they can win again and clean up. And we are telling Nigerians, cut off their source of supply. Take them out of government for 8 years and you see them miserable. They won't even have money to come back again. And we are telling PDP, please help us rescue this country. Apart from the fact that by the PDP zoning arrangement, the president should be zoned to the south. By calculations or by equity and fairness, it should go to the southeast. We are now having someone that fits all those ticks and is the best. And we are saying that if PDP does not give us P2B and take the 11-point-something million votes, P2B will definitely be on the ballot and we will move with him. We will come openly, we will move with him. We will move all the votes, we will move all the resources nationwide, globally, everywhere, we will move with him. So Nigerian youth have made up their mind. There is no going back. We are taking back our country. We are rescuing Nigeria. We are moving on. We've had enough. Is it when I'm 90 years, I will enjoy my country? How many years do you want to be before you enjoy your country? Must you run out of the country? That's the question we should be asking ourselves.
Thank you very much.
At this point, can help us redeem that.
Thank you very much, Marcel. As we had one from Zamfara, there is also a lady from Kebbi who is also an activist, and she has this to say to the people of the Kebbi state and people of southern Nigeria.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Yan uwana musulmai al'umma ta jihar Kebbi. Sunana Asiya Umar Musa. Kamar yadda kuka sani a 'yan kwanakin nan muna shirye-shirye na tattaki mai taken mutane miliyan 1 akalla, wanda insha Allah a cikin 'yan kwanakin nan masu zuwa za mu gabatar da shi. Wannan tattakin ba na kowa bane face mai girma shugabana Mr. Peter Obi, wanda insha Allah shine jagoran mu wanda muke fata ya jagorance mu a wannan shugabanci ta ƙasa Najeriya. Wanda da haka nake kira ga al'umma ta jihar Kebbi da ku fito kwanku da kwarkwata ku domin a yi wannan taron da kuka ku bari a bar ku a baya. Taron namu dai sunan shi kamar yadda na faɗa da farko mai taken mutane miliyan 1 akalla. Insha Allah za mu yi. Nagode sosai. Assalamu alaikum.
Nagode sosai. So in that case, I think, pardon me, I think that translation is left for me too. She's done a fantastic job in Call for Duty there. Now, I think we had High Chief join us, but for some reason, he's actually left again. Now, there is another video which is a call for action. The video you guys produced for this.
You have no other country except this one. And only you can build this. If anybody is telling you, those people out there, they don't know you. They don't care about you. If they care, they will do things differently. You will see it in their behavior.
Join the Take Back Nigeria group on the 21st of May for the 1 million person mega march for Peter Obi.
Roots Okono. Ana maga 1 million march Peter Obi. Makana ahụrụ m ya n'anya nke ukwuu. Unu bịa soro m ka anyị gaa.
Hello friends, my name is Manuela and I'll be attending the 1 million man march in support of Peter Obi because I love him so much and I believe he's going to make Nigeria better. Come and join me.
Hi guys, my name is Nekari Chelago and I'll be attending the 1 million man march for Peter Obi because I love him so much and I believe he's the best candidate for Nigeria. Please come and join me.
Hear the children crying, saying, give thanks and praise to
indeed a call of Nigerians coming together to get together. Now, I think I have Donald Obaseki. Can you hear us, Donald?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so can you tell us which group you're representing and your call for action?
Well, I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, presently. I'm in support for P2B in Lagos.
Okay, so now you've joined us slightly late. We've been talking about what Nigerians should be expecting on Saturday now, and as we understood it, there is plan to bring more than 1 million Nigerian citizens out from their home to join in this march. What are those things you think after that day, after Saturday, what are those things you think you want to use that march to achieve?
1 million march can just be 1 million march without no productivity. What we actually need, like I spoke to someone today, one of my sisters on the same platform here, is that our life and demands lies on the hand of our delegate. If we like, let us use 20 million march. It can't change anything if we don't persuade on the delegate to do the right thing. We'll just be marching for.
It's that much not part of the strategy by your group to influence the delegates.
You see, delegate, like I said, our life depends on the delegate. You can't influence them. The only thing that influences delegate is the money you're ready to give to them. It's the money. It's just unfortunate our system, the system we
So
run
if
in this
delegates are only in money, if delegates are only influencing, isn't that the argument other speakers here are making, is that it's time to change that narrative of money politics?
Yeah, I'll be very happy for that narrative to be changed. You understand? Because system have been polluted over the years by delegate. It's just like effort in futility. Going to do 1 million march is to call them out, like a protest against the delegate who will sell out their conscience without not doing the right thing. Over the years, the life of a country depends on the delegate, home and abroad. So I'm so sick and tired with the kind of delegates who have sold their conscience to the devil. Because if you're giving 1 million to one delegate, tomorrow other aspirant will give 1.5. You decide to dance to the 1.5 than the 1 million you give to them. They don't do it for free. Let us face reality. Marching 1 million more march is just to seek attention, but it's not to seek the heart of the conscience of the delegate. The delegates are just evil and wicked. I spoke to Dr. Pat this evening about delegates and Henry, Winifred, Henry, Igiligi, same thing I spoke to them. But our problem in this country is just the delegate. Our future depends on them. If only there's a way we can manipulate and speak to their conscience to see reason why they should vote for the right candidate like Peter Obi, So he's doing the best. He's the only one that have campaigned for 36 states, 36 states, since few weeks back now, with the support of Doyin Okupe. And Nigerians are encouraged. If it's left, if the primaries is left open primaries, it would have been so better. Nigerians will go there with the membership card of PDP. They will go and vote. But once the whole thing is left in the hand of delegates, it's difficult. It's difficult. I'm so sad that the system has not changed. I'm so sad.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being part of this conversation. And it is indeed gladdening to also hear your views. Now, I think from everyone who attended this session this evening, all the groups have spoken. Now, we are rounding up, people.
Yeah.
In your last words, your last your last statement, I'll give every one of you minutes. Now, what do you use the opportunity to tell your members of your various groups and those you want to come out and join you in marching. I will start with Zubairu Mohammed. Zubairu, if you are, I can see that NEPA has taken light from you. That is a typical Nigerian environment, but that's why I believe this conversation is being held this evening to see if that would eventually change. Now, Zubairu, if you can hear me very probably, MTN has joined NEPA in your own case, from NEPA to MTN or whatever network. So the lot appears to have fallen on Ifale Yemo Vincent. That is from Take Back Niger. Now, what are you telling your people to do on Saturday? And what is the thing?
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. My message to not just my group, but Nigerians generally on Saturday is that we have a one in a lifetime chance to get it right in this country. I don't know. Mr. Peter Obi, I believe from his story, is just a product of chance, and that we have him around at this pivotal time. Nigeria is the most difficult period of history we can ever imagine. See the students that are on strike for 3 months now, and there's no hope anywhere. Look at the rising inflation. Go to the market this month, the next month, the same amount you took to the market will not get you anything. So we're just so lucky to have a candidate like Peter Obi on the, as one of the aspirants vying for president at this point in time. So I just want to urge Nigerians from all walks of life, from the student groups, the youth groups, the women groups, from every region of the country, from the southwest, the Yoruba people, from the south, the Igbo people, from the north. Please, we have a once in a lifetime opportunity. Whatever you're doing on Saturday, just for 3 hours plus, leave it and come join us in our match. We have flyers going around stating the venues of the match, the starting point and the ending point. Please join us. If you're on the road and you see the match, join us. This is a match that would enable us. It's like one effort that we can't know how much it will get us. Please, let's just give it our all, please. That will be my message to Nigerians as well as my group. And to the PDP, the battle at in front of PDP is how to overcome their ego, how to overcome their ego. And it's something, it's a battle for survival of the PDP itself. There's no candidates. I can't remember any candidate that has this kind of organic movement. I'm telling you, there are people. I represent the Take Back Niger Benue State Group, and we have groups across all the country. I can't remember any candidate that has this organic movement in this country ever. So this is the battle for the survival of the PDP itself. They should just face the reality, take the difficult decision, and give us the candidate that we want. That is my message.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think Dr. Udo hasn't had the privilege of speaking. He's been struggling with his, obviously, and also I think he's also driving. If it's safe for you to make your input, Dr. Udo, you can now, for 2 minutes, you can make your inputs.
Yes, thank you very much, moderator. I'm really happy to participate in this program. I'm Dr. Jude Chibo Udo. I'm calling in from New York, and I represent the Nigerian diasporas for P2B. And I commend what everybody has been saying, and just to add that we in the diasporas support Peter Obi as the next president of Nigeria, based on his precedence as the governor of Anambra State. He is exactly the type of candidate we are looking for to captain the ship of Nigeria at the national level. And so we are asking PDP first and foremost to make sure that Peter Obi gets the ticket to run, so that it will be to the glory of PDP as well as to the glory of Nigeria as a whole, to have somebody like Peter Obi guiding the ship of the country. I will also enjoin all Nigerians, wherever you are, to troop out en masse on Saturday to join the Million Man March in support of Peter Obi. That is all I have to say for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that straight to the point answers. And let me also bring from the diaspora Dr. Pat Obiefule. Dr. Pat, your parting word and to what you have to say to Nigerians.
Thank you so much, moderator. A lot has already been said. I want to say to fellow Nigerians, especially the diasporans, no more lamenting the way things are. This is your golden opportunity. Let's grab it. From wherever you are in the diaspora, call home. Call home. Here where I am in the Eastern Standard Time part of the United States, that will be 5 a.m. in the morning. You can call, make sure that everybody you know back home joins that march. If you are tired, if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, please make that phone call. We cannot be there live, physical, but we can mobilize every single Nigerian on our contact who is back home to go and join that march. Diasporans, if you are tired of making remittances that are used for buying gari, paying rent, paying light bills, please call your beneficiaries to go out and march. Let us have Peter Obi. Maybe like Peter Obi says, we can then begin to remit for investment that will better their lives. Diasporans, please, let's make this call. Our brothers and sisters back home, the same thing is what I'm saying. I don't think there is anybody back home that is not sick and tired of the way things are. Please go out and march. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your children and grandchildren, now, if you have them. You owe it to the country.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. Why Nigerians here in Nigeria are planning to, or rather those who believe in this and what Peter Obi stands for, those who support him, why they are going out on Saturday to march? Do you have any plans, and your organization, do you have any plan that the diaspora also will join in any way? I mean, I don't know, wherever you live. Is there anything like that?
Yes. Apologies. It took me coming back here for us to start the diaspora support group that we have now, that I represent. So the time frame was too short to galvanize, to mobilize for a march concurrent with the one on Saturday.
Okay.
So we are going to have a march. We definitely are. What we have done is, we have been able to join the coalition by meeting up with the funding. And we are now going to mobilize our people by calling them, if any means possible, telling them, please come out, come everyone that I support back home, you better get your behind out and march. Okay, so we're going to do that. But then, God helping us, we will get, P2B will get the ticket. Diasporans will definitely march. We have done that before for other reasons, but this time it's a given. It's an imperative this time. Strategic locations here in the United States. We will march eventually, but for now, the time was terribly too short to mobilize.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that intervention. Let me also get Engineer Celestine Azike to have his parting words for us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. May I use this opportunity to plead with the delegates to see reasons for them to be state-manly, at least to assuage the people of the Southeast. They need to be reintegrated into Nigeria. We see agitations here and there. If they don't give a Southeasterner and in the person of P2B the ticket, I wonder what the Southeastern elites are going to tell the youths that are in rampage now. Let them listen to the voice of reason. This is the time and opportunity to give a detribalized Nigerians opportunity to lead this country to greatness. I call on Nigerians to come out en masse in their numbers to come and join us. Let us together plead with other contestants even. Plead with Governor Wike. President Jonathan has done his bit for 6 years in the South-South. Plead with him to drop his ambition. Plead with Atiku because P2B supported him in 2019. The Southeasterners should not be onlookers to the Nigeria, the politics of Nigeria. They need to be reintegrated. The Southwest, the same. They have done that during Obasanjo's regime. They are also very close to government this time around. Equity demands that a president of a Southeastern extraction should be on board, at least to maintain that equity in Nigeria. So I call on everybody to join this march. Join this march so that we make a statement to the PDP family that we have the numbers to change the voting pattern. We have the numbers to move on to another party, if that will be what I believe, and I trust God. As a matter of fact, we are also doing a fasting and prayers tomorrow, starting from tomorrow. On this very prayer point, we are going the whole election unto God, and we believe God will not leave us alone. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for that, ending it with your sermon. And those believers will say amen before some people will start shouting offering time. Grant, your parting word, please. Grant, are you there? Kindly unmute yourself.
Okay. First to the PDP is a simple question. Do you really want to come back to power? It's a question to the PDP. Those are my parting words. Parting words, rather. It's unmuted. Can you hear me?
Thank you very much. Yes, we heard you. We heard you.
Can you hear me?
Clear. Now I'll bring. Yes, we heard you very loud and
hello.
Clear. I'm bringing back the chairman of this coalition.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we heard you loud and clear. I'm bringing back the chairman of this
Hello?
coalition to have his parting word. And again, to summarize the demands this group and this coalition is making on Nigeria come Saturday. Marcel Ngobaya, the chairman of this coalition, you now have.
Okay, we will be marching on the 21st, and our march is a peaceful march. We have locations that we'll be picking up from. The flyers are all out. So you look at the flyers, you see your state, you know the location that we're picking up, and it's a peaceful march. So we are picking up from a location and we're marching straight to the PDP secretariat in that particular state, and we're dropping a letter. And the letter is simply begging PDP and the delegates. PDP can actually pick its presidential candidate by consensus. So the powers that be in PDP can come together and have a consensus agreement, I said, based on the demands of the youth, based on the demands of our children. We can agree to say, okay, based on the demands, let's have this man. PDP can do that, and that is the we are begging, and that's the demands that we're making on them, that they should, by consensus, agree on themselves to rescue this country. They will also have the opportunity, most of them that are very maybe elderly in age, they will have the opportunity to see the transformative effect that Nigeria will have within that time, and they will be happy that they're living a better Nigeria for their country. So that was what the march is. We are coming to drop a letter, and it's a peaceful march. It's a peaceful march. It's not a protest. You know, there's difference between a rally and a protest. We are not protesting. We're only coming to plead with our brethren in PDP and our brothers and our fathers and sisters to please help us save this country. Okay, that is it. But we are also saying that as our plan B, if that did not happen, we will pressure His Excellency Peter Obi to join any political party, because again, we just want him on the ballot. We want him on the ballot. So if our plea to PDP does not translate to him being on the ballot, we will mount a serious pressure on him to move on to somewhere else. And wherever he moves, we move. And PDP should know that to themselves. If you look at PDP votes over all the years, their vote has been coming from the South. Is the South. A lot of their votes, they've had a consistent loyalty in the South. So maybe PDP, I pray they do not put at risk that loyalty that people have given them from 1999. And let me tell you, we have more voters now. We have people are more aware. Now, if you move up north, a lot of people in the north have also understood that it is time for us to repair our country. And I am personally encouraged by the numbers of volunteers we have in the north, across all the 19 northern, all the different zones in the north, like northeast, north central, and the northwest. We have volunteers across board. You have some of their videos. They are talking to me every day. They are all ready to gear up. For the first time, Nigerians are not asking for money to come out and march. They are saying they want to come out and express their support. And we are pleading PDP. Just give us Peter Obi and go to sleep. It is a peaceful request, and I trust so much that PDP will do that for us. And I'm now pleading again to everybody that will be coming out on the 21st. Please, in an orderly manner, follow the instruction of the team lead. We have written the police, the FRS, and all the security agencies that will be coming to march. We have an acknowledgement letter from all the security agencies, so they are all aware. And we're expecting them to come out and help us maintain some level of orderliness across the board. We will also be on radio. We are running radio jingles. And on the day of the march, there will be live press conferences from all the locations, and we shall issue a press release after that march. And that is the beginning of our activity. So this is just we kickstarting our activity in support of His Excellency Peter Obi. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Marcel. Thank you for that intervention. Now, people, a very interesting one. Sorry, I think something is echoing back there. So, people, it has been a very good 1.5 hour here that we have spent I will say we have come to the end of this conversation this evening. Had many groups here in attendance. In no particular order, we had here Engineer Celestine Azike, who represent the P2B Ambassador, Dr. Mrs. Ezeadili, who represent P2B national mandate. We had Mr. Ifaleyemu Vincent, who is TPN, that is a Take Back Nigeria. Chief Victor Uche Oki, Peter Obi Movement for President. Mr. Madabuchi Grant, Peter Obi Candidacy Movement. Dr. Angba Kuje, that is a Yes Peter Obi Support Group. Mrs. Ebere Obiese, Women for Peter Obi. Mr. Zubairu Mohammed, Like Minds for Peter Obi. Mr. Kingland, Nigeria Needs Peter Obi. Malta Topsy Abubakar, Peter Obi Support Network. Donald Abaseki, NDPO USA, Nigeria Diaspora for Peter Obi. And last but not the least, Mr. Pascal Azike, Associates of Peter Obi. It has been my pleasure to invite all of you to have had this conversation now, to throw more light to Nigerians and to also say this is what you are planning. And you have now used the opportunity to invite all Nigerians to join you on Saturday. I believe in your various social media handles that people can see these flyers that you talked about. Again, it's my pleasure to have you. I am still Mazi Ezoke, and this is still Njenje Media TV. You can follow us on all our social media handle, on Facebook, Instagram, on YouTube, and also on Telegram. If you wish, you can subscribe. We ask you to do so that when we create contents like this, you'll be one of those and among the first to know. On that note, I will say, have a good evening once more and good night for so many of you. For those of you who joined from the diaspora, I say good morning to you. I am Mazi Ezoke once more, and this is the end of it.
You have no other country except this one. And only you can build this. If anybody is telling you, those people out there, they don't know you. They don't care about you. If they care, they will do things differently. You will see it in their behavior.
Join the Take Back Nigeria group on the 21st of May for the 1 million person mega march for Peter Obi.
Ndewo no, aha mbo Uzumma Roots Okono. Ana m aga 1 million march Peter Obi maka na ahụrụ m ya n'anya nke ukwuu. Unu bịa soro m ka anyị gaa.
Hello friends, my name is Manuela and I'll be attending the 1 million man march in support of Peter Obi because I love him so much and I believe he's going to make Nigeria better. Come and join me.
Hi guys, my name is Neka Lago and I'll be attending the 1 million man march for Peter Obi because I love him so much and I believe he's the best candidate for Nigeria. Please come and join me.